Top of the morning to you. Thank you for tuning in to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your state's number one family radio station. Good morning to you. I believe you're well and you're doing great today. It's a brand new week, and today is Monday, the 29th of September 2025. It's one more day to the end of the month. Just one more day. By tomorrow, we're going to be counting down to a few more hours to the end of the month of September. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo, and you're welcome to the program this morning. Perspectives Unlimited is a program where we take you beyond the news to help you understand stories in Nigeria, report fresh from the newspaper. We make it even better by bringing you in-depth analysis to help you understand the stories better, to help you get a bigger picture in a way that it would also help you make a great decision, either at the polls, in your mind when deciding, who to vote for in the next coming election. Like Chukwemeka would say, elections do have consequences, and so whatever decision you make can, of course, decide or shape the quality of life that you live for the next 4 years. When we go through the stories in Nigeria, some of the stories might not be, very interesting. Some of them are not very joyful story. Yes, but the goal is not to make you sad. The goal is never to, get you upset. Rather, take it as a piece of information. Like I love to say, you can, extract your prayer points from them and use that to pray for Nigeria, because we believe that action and prayers do work. So when we pray, then we act. And so one of the actions is by bringing you the stories with in-depth analysis while you complete the rest. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is the radio station you're listening to this great morning. Let's start with the Punch newspaper on the front page. On page 7, Christians not endangered or marginalized. Federal government tackle critics. On page 7. On the same page, Adamawa APC gives Atiku ultimatum to pick membership card. It's on the same page on page 7. Now let's move on to the major story, which is where we're going to start our conversation this morning on page 48 of the Punch. Marketers fear fuel price hike as Pengasan strike begins. Oil union orders shutdown of power plant, alleges military foiled crude supply stoppage. Another rider to the story says TUC threatened strike, members on standby. Federal government intervened to meet Pengasan today. And on page 56, petrol export hits 371 billion naira amid heavy import reliance. On page 9, pro-Wike lawmakers absent at Fubara's Independence Thanksgiving. On page 9. On page 8 of the Punch, Osun PDP APC clash as federal government releases local government allocation. On page 8. And on page 5, police rescue trafficked Ghanaian, arrest 5 in Ogun State. And finally on page 8, 2027, NGE warns politicians against personal attacks. You find that on the same page on page 8. Now let's move on to the Guardian newspaper this morning. Otedola asked federal government to release subsidy panel report on mask real beneficiaries. You find that story on page, it's on the front page actually. The continuation is on page 35. Otedola asked federal government to release subsidy panel report on mask the real beneficiaries. Moving on to page 3 of The Guardian. Insecurity. ADC says Tinubu unqualified to seek UNSC seat. On the same page, federal government orders urge unity, shared responsibility as 65th Independent Service. On page 8, Oshun, LULG, PDP query federal government, demand details of released federal government funds, or local government funds, I beg your pardon. On page 5, Nigeria risk 14.7 billion daily loss, fuel crisis as Dangote, Pengassan, rift deepens. On page 5. Now let's come to this infographics here. World Heart Day, cardiovascular disease burden worsen amid shortage of specialists. Cardiovascular disease burden worsen amid shortage of specialists. You find that story on page 5. On page 8, pushing suicide attempts undermine mental health reforms. On page 4, SEC warns of AI investment scam targeting Nigerians. On page 4. On page 9, resident doctors issues federal government 30-day ultimatum over unpaid demands. Bandits kill 10, kidnap several in Kwara. On page 45. And finally, on the same page, federal government dismisses religious terrorism allegation. On page 45. Now let's take our final daily before we get straight into analysis. Today, federal government summons Pengassan, Dangote to reconciliation meeting as TUC mobilizes affiliates for nationwide action. Moving on the front page of the Tribune, the major story here says federal government has paid Osun State local government allocations into APC members' account. LULGE reveals. Describes action as bizarre, scary, unprecedented. APC slams NULGE says allocation were paid into local council's account. PDP challenges APC to disclose accounts in which local government allocations were paid. Oba Ladoja unfolds economic plan for Ibadan land, assures local foreign investors of enabling environment, says Ibadan. Religious crisis, says Ibadan harbors religious crisis. Let this coronation be the beginning of a new renaissance for Ibadan, says Awolowo Dosumu. Nigeria faces a reduced number of banks as mergers, acquisition pressures intensifies. NDLEA arrests 2 drug kingpins with consignment of cocaine, heroin, meth in Lagos. On page 19, over 90% of Nigerians still uninsured despite the NHIA Act, says Falana. And of course, security operatives rescue 8 kidnapped victims in Kogi State. And the photo story here of Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, and of course Ambassador Dr. Olatokunbo Awolowo Dosunmu during the coronation reception, and also the picture here, Olori Yinka Ladoja, Archbishop Gabriel Abegunrin of the Catholic Church, Archdiocese of Ibadan, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, Archbishop Alaba Job, Olori Abibat Ladoja, and Olori Bukola Ladoja during the coronation Thanksgiving held at the Ascension of Christ, Bodija Ibadan, on Sunday. That's all we can take on the front page. Thank you for joining us this morning. Connect with us on all our social platforms. Watch us live on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Good morning to you. All right, you're welcome back to the program. Perspectives Unlimited is live on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your state #1 family radio station. great morning to you, and thank you for joining us on the program today. Chukwemeka Munachiso joins me on the program this morning to help us make sense of it all, stories making the rounds in the nation. Good morning to you, Chukwemeka.
Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning to you, and how are you doing?
I'm always doing fine.
Oh, thanks
By
to
the
God.
grace of God.
And how was your weekend too?
It was fine. The weekend was fine. I thought that it drizzled in my area this early morning around.
I think it even rained at mine.
After 4.
Because at some point, I heard that very loud.
And I was a little bit worried that I hope this thing will not hit me at home. But thank God, when it was around some minutes after 4, it stopped. And I hit the road. And here we are this morning again. By the special grace of God.
We thank God for life. All right. Let's talk about, my weekend, it started with the coronation.
We are all involved in the coronation.
Yeah, you guys were in the studio.
And I really thank God for giving Ibadan the kind of man that is now occupying that exalted position of Olubado. His Imperial Majesty Oba Rashidi Adewolu Akomu Ladoja.
Wow, you have the whole profile.
Yes. No, I love. No. I love the man. You understand?
It's
you know
good
why?
To hear the Akomu.
Yes, I love him for his simplicity. He's not a loud individual, and a great achiever, well learned. And you can't see it on him. I love when people are down to earth, when people are just simple, even though you have something that will make you brag, but you still choose to be who you are. Some people are, if some people will not even come close to him and nobody will hear anything. You understand? But not his Imperial Majesty. I so much like him. I love him. I remember when I had a chance of interviewing him in his Bodija home. That was my first time of going to that place, though we didn't hold the interview again. But seeing the environment and where he lived with the people, in fact, it blew my mind away. I love such people when you are not loud. When you don't have and he's a man of presence, yet he choose not to throw his weight all over the place. You understand? So I pray that God will give him long life.
Amen.
And his reign will usher in a lot of things, positive things in Ibadan.
Amen. That's really great. On Friday, it was something else. The crowd, the dignitaries, present at the event. It was a lot, and so for those of us even on field, the energy itself is bright enough to keep you moving, It took an event of maybe about 2 hours, took us about 4-5 hours. The president came in late, and the highlight of it all, the performance of the Fuji artist, and the fallout, the line.
Yes,
it's making the rounds all of a sudden. But I have a different opinion.
No. There is
a different angle to the story.
Yes, there is something when you are invited to such occasion. I don't understand Yoruba language very well, but I learned that he sang from the gutter.
Oh yes,
you understand? That's gutter language. You don't come out to display such a thing in the presence of dignitaries, and because you are painting a wrong picture, and every occasion demands that you sing along what is going on. I'm not a musician, but I know that when you are invited to a place, you look at the atmosphere, you look at the dignitaries, you look at the intention of that occasion, and you sing. Not that you come there and you get way off. I learned that the guy was just let's not go into and don't forget that you are a lot of people are there. The world was watching, and you are even those who don't understand the language, people will interpret to them what you are saying.
Absolutely.
And how does he portray
that kind of
event? And the people that invited you.
The event in itself is characterized by all kinds of people from different political, dimension.
Yes.
I don't know. It kind of feels like at some point the artist might just be playing to the script or the line given to him by whoever brought him on stage.
I don't think they gave him that line.
I'm just saying it's just different angles, yes. Different view. Because I was there. He entertained the public. An event of say about 2 hours took about 4 hours, and it's Fuji music. It's staple around here. That's what people, and they really enjoyed. But I mean, when I heard that line, because we're streaming live on radio too, and because of what we stand for as an awesome radio, and thank God for the delay, in transmission. And so from the venue, the moment he dropped that line, I had to reach out to the studio to watch out that something big is coming, and then we need to get rid of that. But thank God KBC is on his throne now. And then I just hope the artists will learn from this, and hopefully this opportunity will come again, because like they always say, just one time in your life you get a shot at it. And if you do well, good. If you don't do well, hopefully God will give you that chance again. Let's get straight into the news, as this is very particular to us in Nigeria. It's about fuel. Again, scarcity is looming here. Marketers fear fuel price hike as Pengasan strike begins. Nigerians may face tougher days ahead as a nationwide strike declared by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, beginning from today, Monday, threatens to unleash a twin blow of petrol prices on the high side and widespread electricity blackout. The union's directive to halt crude and gas supplies to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery has sent shockwaves through the energy sector, with oil marketers warning of several disruptions in fuel distribution. The move is expected to choke the domestic market, driving up demand and prices. Compounding the crisis, power generation companies have announced a complete shutdown of their terminal plant, a direct fallout of the strike, with thermal stations producing more than 70% of Nigeria's power supply. The development threatened to plunge the nation into darkness, crippling economic activities and plunging millions of households and businesses into deeper strain unless the federal government intervenes. On Sunday, Pengasan announced a nationwide strike, instructing all its members in various offices, companies, institutions, and agencies to ease all services starting at 12:01 a.m. on Monday, which is today. The union also directed members stationed in various field locations to down tools by 6 a.m. on Sunday, September 28th, and commence round-the-clock prayer vigil. The emergency decision followed the sack of over 800 Nigerian workers at the Dangote Petroleum Refinery. This is what we're waking up to today in Nigeria. Nationwide strike declared by Pengasan beginning today. And of course, that threatens to unleash a twin blow of petrol prices on the high side, and most importantly, blackout when it comes to electricity in Nigeria. Chukwemeka.
You see, when I just saw it this morning, and the relationship between Dangote Refinery and Nupeng has not been cordial recently. You know, Dangote, when he mooted the idea of bringing in more trucks, and that the drivers will not unionize, Nupeng came out to say that he shouldn't do that. That it is. He said it's not compulsory. Whether if you like, you join. If you don't like, don't join. But the thing is that when the drivers have the right to join, and Dangote came out to tell Nigerians that the reason why Nupeng people are having issues with him was that each truck that leaves his depot, he pays 50,000 naira to Nupeng. And Nupeng did not come out to refute that allegation. They didn't say anything about it. So Dangote has been paying 50,000 naira for each truck. And this man, that's when he said he would now take the product directly to those who need it by cutting the Nupeng and their group. So now, and Dangote played into their hands again by sacking 800 workers, which is not good. You understand? That is the real reason why Nupeng is calling all its affiliates to embark on work to rule action, which we are going to witness today. And the consequences or the brunt will be on the people, the end users, because anything that has to do with petroleum affects all facets of our economy. The children will not go to school today if there is no fuel anywhere. The parents will be affected, workers will be affected, everything will be affected. But that is not the issue. The issue is that if you look at it the other way, Ayo, How do we come to a situation where Dangote is the only monopoly we have? That's the question. We have refineries owned by the system that is not working. So why is it that it's only Dangote that is operational? And don't forget that licenses were given to a lot of people who didn't even do anything to start their own refinery. Only Dangote came out. That's the danger of having a monopoly. That's the danger of putting all your eggs in one basket. Now Dangote is calling the shots. He has sacked 800 workers. Nupeng is now coming out to say that they are not in agreement with what he did. And now, because he's the sole provider of this product, now we are at his mercy. How do we navigate this route? If government had done the needful by keeping the refineries, by all the money we have invested on refineries, if they are working, do you think we'll be where we are today? We will not be. So it's a failure of the government. And now they are saying that they want to sell out the refineries. Who are going to buy it? The same people that made it not to work are the same people who will come and buy it, and yet more money will be wasted again. Nigeria is full of wastages. So the only thing I'm urging Dangote to do this morning is recall the sack workers so that there will be respite in the system. You understand? Because if you insist that these workers are sacked and Nupeng is holding on to his gun, there is no way we are going to have relative industrial peace.
You know, from what we have this morning, and Pengasan already alleged that the dismissed workers have been replaced by foreigners already. And all processes involving gas and crude supply to Dangote refinery should be halted immediately. But the bottom line here is that from the allegation that they have been replaced by foreigners.
Foreigners from which country?
Well, that's not stated in the report.
If truly that the refinery that Dangote has replaced Nigerian workers with foreigners, that is unpatriotic. No, that is not good at all. It is not. No matter what is going on, you cannot bring. Which road are they going to? Is it you bring foreigners into Nigeria to lift fuel from one? You are just creating problem, even for those foreigners. It is. It's not done. I think the federal government should put the fees down and tell Dangote that. But one thing, Ayo, there's no line anybody cannot cross in our country. That's the one funny aspect of our country. People do whatever they want to do and they get away with it. If it's in a normal situation, will Dangote be doing what he's doing? He will not. But the system is not working. So anybody that whatever you have, use it to do whatever you want to do. Nobody will do anything to you. But if actually he has replaced Nigerian workers with foreigners, no, it is wrong.
Let's look at Dangote's response here. Dangote Refinery accused Pengasan of sabotage and selfish interest, citing its past opposition to reforms and privatization effort. The company described the strike order as reckless, lawless, and dangerous, stressing that it was designed to weaponize hardship against Nigerians. It insisted that dismissals were based on safety and efficiency concern, not anti-union victimization, adding that more than 3,000 Nigerians remain employed at the facility. The Dangote Group is the highest employer of labor in Nigeria and the highest contributor to tax revenues, the company said. Pengasan should push its own audited account and show what it has contributed to national development. Back to Dangote's word, that the dismissal of these people is based on safety and efficiency concern.
What kind of safety?
Why? Nothing related to union and victimization. But if you remember that Dangote has made statements in the past as regards some of these unions and how these people are set up, to make life even tougher for Nigerians. Do you see this as a fight? And now look at his decision of importing trucks and supplying directly. Do you see this action of, we're going to cut off this, as a way to fight back Dangote, knowing that maybe by exposing some of the things or, some of the dirt or rot in the system as regards the Pengasan, the Nupeng, and some of these organizations across the streams?
There is a lot to this that we may not uncover. But what I know is that there is something fishy. The relationship is not working well. You see, because Dangote telling us now that sacked based on safety and everything, I think that is a jaded excuse as far as I'm concerned. The issue is that why sacking them at this point in time? That's the question. Why didn't you sack them before now? And why replacing them with foreigners? That's the thing. And also, Pengassin and Nupeng, why are they coming up right now to tell us that Dangote is doing this and that? Because the man came out to say he pays 50,000 naira on each truck that leaves his depot to Pengassin, either Pengassin or Nupeng. So both of them have a lot of things to hide. They are not telling Nigerians the truth. But the everything is that Nigerians are the receiving end of this thing, because they are the grasses that will suffer when two elephants are fighting. You understand? So Dangote is saying his own thing based or to justify his action. Nupeng and Pengassin are also on the other side, but they cannot tell us that both of them love Nigerians more than Nigerians. Both of them, there is something both of them are doing to Nigerians they are not telling us. Because when Dangote said that Nupeng or Pengassin collects 50, they didn't refute the allegation. They kept quiet. So if this man is paying 50,000, it means that the money will go on the end user of his product. And now Nupeng has collected the money from Dangote. Okay, let's assume if Dangote is going to release the thing as a 10 naira and he pays 15 naira on top. Now, do you think he will sell the product to the end user at 10 naira? He will not, because Pengassin has equally added, or Nupeng has equally added to the cost of the product, just like we see at the motor park. When you want to go to Lagos, and Lagos is about 5,000, the same Abodo people will come and tell the driver, collect 6,000. Driver will collect 6,000 and give Abodo people 1,000 on top. So we are running Abodo economy. So that is the thing. That is the thing that is going on between Dangote and Nupeng. And nobody is telling Nigerians exactly what is going on. But everything boils down on the federal government decision. Federal government has what it takes to call both to order. Because if they don't do that, Nigerians will face the consequences of whatever that is the cause of misunderstanding between them.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back right after the break, we're going to open the studio lines. You can then call us in, share your thought, your perspective on this matter between Dangote and Pengassin. What will the federal government do? And what is going to be the end of this? We'll look at that and more when we come back. Stay with us.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Are you looking to farm but don't know what's profitable and fast to plant? Do you want a business that brings results and income quickly? Then Cucumber is the answer. And World Radio 89.3 FM, in conjunction with Olat Farms, is here to show you how. Join our 2-day practical cucumber farming training, October 17 and 18 from 11 a.m. daily at World Radio 89.3 FM off Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For just 30,000 naira, you will learn site selection, land preparation, open field cultivation, pest control, irrigation, marketing strategies, and more. Grow smarter, harvest bigger with West Radio and Olat Farms. Register today. Send "I am interested in cucumber training" to 0813 864 2544 or 0803 509 3394. Don't wait. A healthy harvest starts with the right knowledge.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Nǹkan wo ni gbogbo ayé ń dà gìrìgìrì tí wọ́n ń pọn yìí? West Radio 89.3 FM kànga àgbẹ̀màgbẹ̀.
Welcome back to the program. This is still Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, 0916-893-1000, 0915-334-893, and 0911-333-893. The numbers again, 0916-893-1000, 0915 334 893 or 0911 333 893. Those are the numbers to call this morning to share your thought and your perspective with us on the program this morning. Dangote insisted that the dismissal were based on safety and efficiency concern and not anti-union victimization, adding that more than 3,000 Nigerians remain employed in the facility. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Wells Radio.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling us from?
All right, good morning, Mr. Chukwemeka.
Good morning, Mr. Salami.
Thank you, God bless you, sir. My name is Salami, I'm calling from Awoson.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Chukwemeka, let me thank you for the echo poured on our monarch, His Imperial Majesty Obara Siladoja. Thank you so very much for that.
Thank you.
We're looking just as we love him too. And with this, I think that definitely we look at one to get it out to people. God bless you, sir. That's that. On the issue of Dangote and Bengasan and Newtons and Warren, for me, thank you very much for the analysis on this too, because you have actually hit the nail on the head. You see, we allow Dangote to fester because of the failure of the federal government to do the needful. Probably we are looking at we need to cut our back man to the failure of the respect of the, how do I put it, previous regimes before this administration. However, this administration has even failed briefly to address that. Virtually all Nigerians last time are guilty of this, but one would have expected that President Tinubu, going by his promise to Nigeria that he sees the petroleum industry, these refineries and what have you, will have addressed this, will affect this matter. Essentially, I'm not saying that will happen. Now, the people should realize that Dangote is a private businessman. He's an investor. And just like in the case of universities and whatever, whenever ASU is going on strike, ASU is always facing the federal government. ASU has never coerced any private university lecturer to join their strike whenever they are, or to even join their union. I mean, this is for other institutions too, where we have both federal government and the private investors operating. So that's justice. Now, Anderson and Nupeng, honestly, they are not even making the right demand. What they should have done is to face the federal government and coerce the federal government to ensure they do the needful in our own industry. And I think just there, doing nothing. But I mean, Ministry of Petroleum, Resources and Water, they are just busy looking for foreign buyers for our crude. They are not actually looking at how to fix ourselves. I think our refineries are the working at the state. Dangote will have just been one of the players in the industry. Now Dangote has become the major player in our industry. And people should know that whenever there is a sole proprietorship, monopoly is not far from such. And that is so Dangote has earned that monopolistic status by due to his resilience to do something. So that President Tinubu should please, the way he has kind of declared emergency in the fuel subsidy removal, according to him, that he has put into it, is the same way that he should declare emergency too in the MNPC, our refinery, and the saboteurs. Let me tell you, for me, I cannot even see any evidence or whatever in the petroleum industry value chain, other than to collect money to coerce people to hold Dangote refinery by the jugular. Just the way they have always been holding the government by the jugular. Nigerians, we should rather gather this time around, say Dangote continue. Whatever the strike, the Dangote and whatever, we will die. But we should not allow Dangote and CUC and the Nupeng to kill this Dangote refinery. In fact, that's their aim. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Salami from our town. Thank you for your perspective, and thank you for calling the radio station this morning. Do you agree with Mr. Salami?
Yes, I agree with him. I agree with him because Dangote even said something, but the only thing I don't like that Dangote did is to he replace the workers with foreigners.
Well, it's still an allegation here.
It's an allegation, but
that may be made out of.
Anyway, if it is true, I don't like that one at all. You understand? At least our people should get jobs.
I mean, he said over 3,000 people still work.
Yeah, because this thing is in Nigeria here. So where do you is he expected to import Chinese and Koreans to come here and be doing some menial jobs? No, Nigerians will do it. You understand? So it's adding value to our system. But the issue is that, like my good friend Salami said, Nupeng and Pengasin should tell Nigerians what actually are they adding. Because Dangote said they should go and build their own refinery. That's what the man said. They should go and build their own refinery and see what it takes
to run one.
To run one.
Let's move on to the Nigerian Tribune. This is another strong allegation coming from or connected to Osun State here. Federal government has paid Osun State local government allocations into APC members' account, says the Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees. The Nigerian Union of Local... Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. That's Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo, I believe.
Exactly. Thank you for knowing my voice. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I have a personal philosophy. When people who don't like me engage in fight, I don't like to separate them, so that you can know what is actually going on behind your back. I don't believe Dangote is out for our interest. He is out there for his own personal interest, and it's the same thing for Nupeng. For us, we need to take note of some key words that are coming out of this guy's mouth. Dangote said that Nupeng charges 50,000 naira per truck. That if you're a driver and you're lifting fuel, you must pay 50,000 naira to the boss of the union. I mean, that is theft against the Nigerian people. And now, Pengasan has said something against Dangote that nobody is talking about. They said Dangote pays Nigerian engineers 385,000 naira monthly, but it pays their Indian counterparts 7.5 million naira monthly. That is huge. And guess what? Dangote is not refuting. Just like Nuteng being rebuked when Dangote said that they charge 50,000 naira per truck. I mean, these are issues that concern us. If they like, they can destroy each other. I'm not really interested about that. But the 50,000 naira that Nuteng is charging will most certainly be added up to the price of fuel eventually. That should be struck out immediately. Dangote replacing Nigerians with Indians and paying them multiple folds, around 20 folds of what it pays Nigeria. I mean, that is treason. That is an act against the people of the country. So that is what we should be talking about. But unfortunately, we do not have people that can speak for us. That should have been done by the government. But, is it people who find it difficult to manage for refineries that you expect to go all out and fight for Nigerians? Don't they dream? And as regards the story you're about to talk about, Ocean State and Nelge, it is unfortunate. Some of us understand that truly money has been released to accounts provided by APC people. It's not even about whether they have been taxed or not. It's about the designation of the account. I mean, the PDP and the federal government are alleging that the accounts do not even carry the name of the account, so that the accounts are opened in private names, and the federal government of Nigeria deposited money in those accounts, all because they are operated by people who belong to the APC. I don't even know how to describe that. That is treason. That is classic treason.
All right.
That is Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Bayomi Ajani. Thank you so much for your thoughts, and thank you for your contribution this morning. You too can join the conversation this morning, 0916 893. All right. Hello, good morning to you. Yes, good morning. Please speak up so we can hear you. All right, Adurunke, good morning. Hello? Hello? Hello, are you still there? Please do call us back. Now, let's get back to the story of the local government employees. Osun State chapter has alarmed over what it described as unprecedented abuse of power by key federal government officials in handling of state local government allocations. Now, speaking at a press conference in Osogbo on Sunday, the state president of the body, Dr. Nathaniel Ogunbangbe, accused the Minister of Finance, the Accountant General of the Federation, and the Attorney General of the Federation of unlawfully releasing Osun State local government funds into account operated by sacked APC chairman and councillors. According to him, today we have it on good authority that these three principal officers of the federal government have released the Osun State Government Council allocation for the month of March 2025 to September 2025 into the illegal bank account opened by sacked APC chairman and councillors. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you are calling us from?
This is Saken.
This is who?
Saken.
Saken. Thank you so much. Please go ahead. From where, sir?
I want to ask. Before Dangote came to an existence, how are we getting our fuel? Because this man come on board not quite long ago. How are we getting our fuel that we are selling at a rate of 200? How is our refinery working then? All the time we are having, are they working? But are we not buying fuel at a rate of 200? So, is Dangote now, is it the measure of Nigeria that when the late president have put all these things in order before he died, say someone will continue from where he stopped, using Dangote to represent Nigeria, and people are always saying Dangote is a messiah. Someone like me never thought that I'm messiah, and I never think of that. And those who are fighting him knows the in and out of what is happening. is fuel speed, are we having the fuel at low rate? How much is fuel now? It's still almost 1,000. And the person who told you is going to continue from where body stop. If that is representing him and representing all whatever he's doing. And today, people will say, leave Dangote alone. This man is feeding you. He's feeding next. If he's feeding, and I have to tell the truth, we are one Nigeria. So if he's feeding people of West region here, it's not feeding somebody from South or Southeast. Because I know what I'm talking about. Anything that happens, they say it's okay. Like, how much are we selling for? What is in high side?
All right. Thank you so much, Saken.
How can't we do the right thing and tell the truth?
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Let
Saken.
him bring the fuel back at least 400.
All right.
Or let them start from 500 first. So when we are talking, we know that, yes, we are going to be blaming. Dangote is representing Nigeria. That thing that is built by Buhari, not even Dangote. But today, they say Dangote is the owner. You're representing Nigeria. That's why the president doesn't talk anymore. He closed mouth.
Thank you so much, Saken. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Thank you so much for your perspective. Different views on the subject. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Sulaiman Sharif from Manara.
Sulaiman Sharif from Manara. Thank you.
Good morning, Sulaiman.
Regarding the issue of face-off between the Osun APC and Osun PDP, regarding the local government fund, I think it's the right time for the Minister of Finance or Attorney General of Federation to come out and tell us the reality, if they are released the fund or not. Because the judgment that Supreme Court give final verdict on local government autonomy, if truly they want to follow it, they are yet to release any fund to both parties, either APC or PDP. They're supposed to release fund to the JAC account. So if care is not taken, if they release one to this SACP chairman, and these people, they are not in the aim of the affair of local government in that state. That means we are deceiving ourselves. Without it, we can't get it right. So the Minister of Finance or the Attorney General of Federation, they need to come out and shed more light to it. That's my own submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sulaiman Sharif. Thank you so much for your call. Chukwemeka, let's go back to that story and that strong allegation.
When you were reading that, when you were giving us that bit of information, I was shocked.
I mean, shocked here myself, but
lawlessness. Nigeria is lawlessness personified. There is nothing like the rule of law here. There is nothing like, let's do things decently. And every day we keep on witnessing these things. That's why I keep telling people that, look, those at the helm of affairs, those that juggle for positions in Nigeria are never Democrats. When you see real Democrats, you will understand. Democrats are the head of principles that govern an entity that is called a nation. Democrats are people that follow the rules. Democrats are people that will not ride roughshod over the citizens, whether they know their right nor their left. Democrats are people who will put their feet on the ground and say, look, we should not do this because we are in power. Look at what you just said. You are paying money into the bank account of those who are the money they collected. What are they going to do with it? Which area are they pretending over again? Nowhere. And yet we go around the world telling people to come and invest in our country. A country where there is something like ordinary local government, we cannot even. A country where Supreme Court, do you know the meaning of Supreme Court? The highest, the apex body of the land. We make a pronouncement and it is not obeyed, disobeyed by those in power. And you want people to come and invest in your country. They won't come. They won't come because where they are coming from, there's law and order. There's no recklessness. There's no official recklessness. But here, it is the order of the day. And we do things the way we like because we feel that nobody will challenge us. That's why I keep saying that Nigeria is going nowhere unless we have strong institutions. I keep saying it. And because here we have strong men above strong institutions. We don't have institutions, we have strong men. If we have strong institutions and they are obeyed, Supreme Court will not say something. Other people will do whatever they want to do. Because that is the apex court of the land.
The nation.
So what are you giving them money for?
Let's take this call. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Mr. George from Olugweru.
Yeah, this is George from Olugweru.
Good morning, sir.
You know, from the beginning, I have been saying that this government is not for this. It's not for Nigeria. If you are coming into a system and you say you are going to continue from where somebody who has been there has been doing the wrong thing, definitely you are not going to bring anything good for the country. And that is what we are seeing now. When Dangote finished his refinery, when you want to give the price for fuel, the federal government said he has no right to fix prices, that they will tell him what the price will be. That is the beginning of this problem. It's just like fuel subsidy is gone. It's an authority. And look at what we are saying now. Money for local government is being paid into people's accounts, the people who are not in government, in the state. Are we really practicing democracy in this country? They should do the right thing. They should allow this country to move forward. You can't kill Dangote. And since you don't have any other source of fuel, if they had allowed Dangote to fix his price, or they are for the interest of the people, Dangote will not bring price that is start putting the people into more suffering. But they push him to this level. So it's the federal government that is really not doing the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. George from Olegweru.
So that's the question, Ayo. What this money you paid into their private account, what are they going to do with it? They are no longer in power. They've been sacked. So, and you still paid money into their account. How do you explain it?
Another call is on the line. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Honorable AY.
Good morning, Benga Myro from Akpata.
Happy New Year to you. God bless you in Jesus' name.
And you too. Thank you.
Good morning, sir, Mr. Chukwemeka.
Thank you. Good morning.
Now, on the issue of the allegation being levied against the Attorney General of the Federation and the Finance Minister, I'm talking about Osun State local government fund. The thing is this. I said it on Saturday that democracy is not being practiced in Nigeria. This being Emmanuel calling.
Yes, go ahead.
Democracy is not being practiced in Nigeria. And the point is this. In a situation whereby democracy is not being practiced in a particular country, you can't expect to get the dividend of such democracy. Because part of the dividend of democracy is that you'll be benefiting from the federal government down to the state government to the local government. Now imagine those Osun State local government workers that are not being paid for some time now. How do you expect their family to be faring? At least in Nigeria today, a particular working person, if a person is working in a family, at least a minimum of 2 to 3 people will be depending on that person. Now, how do you expect them to be feeding? School just resumed 2-3 weeks ago. How do you expect those families, those parents, to pay the school fee of their children? And now the federal government or the Attorney General Federation or the Finance Minister is not releasing the fund. It is not done anywhere. I watched a video this morning. I watched a video this morning of a man, a director in the Finance Ministry in Abuja. The man retired last week. And instead of him to vacate the office, he was still there. He doesn't want to leave the office. And the workers have to be singing on him, shouting, he has to go. See, if you have to go, by all those stuff. And the man was walked away in the office. He doesn't want to go. Because they are forgetting that when you are working for a government, it's a matter of time. You will leave the office, and whatever you have done will be said concerning you. Well, let the local government, if the fund, be released to the workers. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Benga Myro from Akpata. Thank you for your call. Wow, there's a lot to talk about this morning as regards this Pengasan Dangote, as regards Noge, which is the local government employees, a union in the country, and the strong allegation, although we have a clap back here from the APC, however, would like to hear from the names, from the authority truly mentioned, those who disbursed the money. We have this back and forth on the Tribune this morning from the PDP to the APC. It's okay for, politicians to come up with that. But just like Benga Myro said, let's hear from the parties involved. Did you truly release this money? Why? The account given to you, was it not updated? Was that paid by mistake? It's a lot.
Look, and
it's a lot to
there's
go
a question
by.
that Otedola raised an issue today. He said,
yes, on the Guardian,
they should unmask the real beneficiaries of this subsidy removal. And that's a very good one, because we've been hearing that when they remove all preferred subsidy, Nigerians will enjoy. Are we enjoying? So the man is asking a very hard question. Unmask the real beneficiaries of subsidy removal. Let us know. Because Nigerians have not benefited. To me, Nigerians have not benefited from subsidy removal, which I've been hearing a very long time ago. Once we remove subsidy, everything will go well. Nigerians will enjoy. What are we enjoying today? Hardship.
Christians not endangered or marginalized. Federal government tackle critics. The federal government has strongly rejected recent allegations circulating on international media platforms and online influencers which suggest that Christian communities in the country are being systematically targeted in a religious genocide. In a press statement signed on Sunday by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, the federal government described the allegation as false, baseless, and decisive, adding that they present a gross misrepresentation of the reality. I would want you to comment on this. Say one or two things before we go.
Nigeria has a problem of insecurity, and the insecurity has cut across religion. You understand? We have read it here. 40 worshippers in a mosque kidnapped. Everywhere done, but those who are saying that it's targeted against Christians, they may not be saying the truth, because even these terrorists and bandits, they don't know any religion or tribe again.
They get into the mosque.
They've gone haywire. You understand? But that should not even occupy us or agitate our mind. The most important thing is that why are we celebrating them? Why are we celebrating terrorists and bandits? You put a bounty on a man. You say it's declared him wanted. He came out with all instruments of destruction, and you are taking selfie with him. He even wore army camouflage, and you are even celebrating the man. What are you telling the world? You are telling the world that this one, because he's from a particular as religion or a particular area, that nobody will touch him. That's what is giving the reason that's why people are saying it is targeted against some people. This man, you put a bounty on his head. The man came out with all gadgets of destruction, and nobody. Did you hear anything from the National Security Advisor? Did you hear anything from a chief of defense staff? All of them went mute, and yet these are the man you people declared as wanted. What kind of country are we running? That's why people are saying that it's targeted against Christians. What country are we running? Why is it that the law is silent in some areas, in others it is not silent? Why? And you kept a man in detention for almost 5 years, charged him of terrorism, and the real terrorists that have killed and maimed and raped came out with instruments of destruction, and you are taking selfie with them. They even wore army camouflage, and nobody has said anything.
All right, it is well. It is well indeed. That's all we can take this morning on the program. Thank you so much, Chukwemeka,
Thank you for having me, Ayo.
God bless Nigeria. That's all our program for you today. You can go straight to your favorite daily, call your vendor to read up more stories, headline reports in Nigeria. Like I mentioned when we started the program, do not let any of the stories depress you. All right? You have the power to control your day. You can speak into your day, tell your day what you want from the day, and then you will definitely and surely get that. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. Perspectives Unlimited returns again tomorrow. Join Bolanle Odueku Ayola. Thank you so much for joining us. Up next is AM Sport. Good morning.
Your breath to the heartbeat of Africa's broadcasting industry. At Africast 2025, the premier gathering of broadcasters, content creators, and media innovators.